The pre-trial conference of 3 police officers accused of killing 16-year-old Nathaniel Julies in Eldorado Park has been postponed by the High Court in Johannesburg. Just to give you some background on the story, the teenager was allegedly shot by police officers on August 28th last year. He later died in hospital. Nathaniel was born with Down syndrome. For the latest on what happened at the High Court in Johannesburg, let's bring in Maageketla Motlabe.
Well, yet another postponement here at the first pre-trial conference in the matter of 16-year-old Eldorado Park teenager Nathaniel Julies. But this is simply because the defense still need more information, and there is a specific term used in this court to say that it has been postponed for the disclosure of the docket. But what exactly does that mean? Let's now bring in the legal representative for Kaylin Whiteboy here, Mr. Malulega. Thanks so much for your time. Okay. We need clarity here. This term, disclosure of the docket, what does it mean?
Okay, thank you. Look, each and every accused that is charged and appears in court has got the right to, before the trial could proceed, to be provided with all the evidence that the state has prepared against the accused. Now, the state has not yet given us the contents of the docket. So the state must give us the contents of the docket so that we can go and prepare and consult with our clients just to check if what is in the state dockets correspond with our instructions. Yeah. So basically, the disclosure or the discovery, it means the state must go and make copies and give the attorneys all the copies of the statement, any document that forms part of the entirety of the state case. That's basically what it means, yes.
So the state hasn't done that yet, but then perhaps the question is, why wait until today to sort of say we are still waiting for the docket? Since the 26th of February, when this matter was moved to the High Court, wasn't there any chance to communicate with the state to say, we haven't received anything from you guys? We still then have today, the first day of the pre-trial conference here at the Johannesburg High Court. Why announcing it today rather than before today?
No, look, we had expected to be given the content of the state docket as soon as the following day after we're done with the bail application. But we understand the investigation takes time. It is not as the fact that we don't have state dockets today does not. It is not at the instant of the defense not having requested it before. The state knows we can't arrange a trial date before they could furnish us with the contents of the state docket, because it will visually mean the defense attorneys will not be in a position to properly consult and take instructions from client.
All right. Thanks so much for that clarity. Perhaps let's now bring the family. Thanks so much, Mr. Malulega. Let's bring in the family here. I'm sure you got to understand the terminology here. The defense clearly not ready for this trial because they are still waiting for those documents from the state. Perhaps let's start with you. I know you have a spokesperson for the family. Let's start with you. What do you make of this?
Dis postponements en weer teruggekommery en nie dockets gekry word nie. Dit sit bietjie pressure op die familie because ons weet nie wat moet ons dink van die hele ding nie. Ja.
You are now taking over from the family who have been given interviews throughout the case. But yes, it's emotionally exhausting, and you have actually spotted that. Talk to us about this step. You're now taking over.
Well, the reason why we agreed with the family to take over the liaison with the media is basically Bridget has not been given enough time to mourn. Bridget has not been given time to come to terms with the fact that she has lost a child. And that was one of the reasons why we agreed to come on board as the Caitlin Diamond Foundation and to perform this service for the family.
But what do you make of these postponements? And this is not the first time. I mean, I'm sure you were watching throughout the bail application postponements, back-to-back postponements, and the mother also saying that it's taking a toll on her family as well.
It has taken a toll on the family, and my take with regards to this is delay tactics. Quite clearly, the defence could have requested. Now they're saying that they're still investigating. To be fair, in order for us to get to a High Court process, or the beginning of a High Court process, those investigations need to have reached a certain point. So I think it's just delay tactics from the defence at this point, and right now they are adding to the agony that the family is still dealing with 8 months later, and we still haven't had any response. We are nowhere when it comes to this case, and I think, as Bridget said, it's taking its toll, and there is just so much that has gone horribly wrong with this case, and we just need justice for Nathaniel, most importantly, and also for the family to be given that time for them to grieve for the loss of their child, and also for them to come and for people to realize the importance of holding our justice system accountable, because that seems to be the problem, and that, I think, is what the defence is hoping for, that they're going to delay for so long that people are going to start losing interest, and the family is going to start losing hope that they will ever have justice for their child that was so wrongfully murdered.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for your time. And of course, delaying tactics, that's what the family is saying here. But again, it's a matter that's now starting with postponement on the first day of the pre-trial conference here at the Johannesburg High Court. But then we are expected to hear soon what the state has to say about this, just to get clarity in terms of why the defense hasn't received the docket. Could it be because of some of the outstanding investigations? But last time we checked, they said that the investigations were complete. They will give us those answers later on. Back to you in studio for now.
All right, Maageketla Motlabe, thank you very much indeed.